All right. I'm
Are
sorry.
we live?
Now we're live.
Are we really? And now, how do you know you're live now? How do you know?
I believe we're
Oh,
live.
there it is. You are live. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, everyone.
Sorry
Technical
about that.
difficulties. Our mannequins are all askew.
They are. We'll fix them. Clearly, we've been out of touch for a little bit.
Pull Gabby the gambit closer. And can you pull a cuff over?
Yeah.
Making
Hi, everyone.
How is
Welcome back.
everyone?
The Knitting Place podcast.
Welcome back. Yes. How is everyone? In this pre-Rhinebeck week, right? Isn't everyone, those of you who are going, are you getting ready for Rhinebeck? It should be an interesting festival, right?
It's certainly warm. I think everyone is doing, according to our Zoom last night, everybody was readjusting what they're taking to Rhinebeck, or what their sweater for Rhinebeck sweater is going to be.
Remember that year we went when it was so hot?
I think it's going to be that kind of a year.
It was so warm. It's really weather where you don't need to be wearing a sweater.
Exactly.
Yeah, you and I both need haircuts.
Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. Sorry about the false start before.
Just popped off. Who's that saying? She popped off Suzanne's cat, preparing for Rhinebeck, watching Christy Glass.
Oh my goodness.
I wonder if she's doing, tell me about your Rhinebeck sweater. Is she doing that?
Sure, she's doing it. I believe she is.
Is she going to be there?
Yes, I believe
she will be there, right?
She will be there.
Well, she does. She videos.
Yeah, she's videotaping. Yeah. I don't think that's going to be virtual. So, having a bad hair day. Okay.
Yes, a trip to Scotland. Saving for a trip. Well, listen, that sounds good to me. She's saving for a trip to Scotland. Yeah,
wow.
Well, listen, that's lovely. Lovely, lovely.
So, you are tuning in as podcast number 72.
Is it 72?
It is.
I told you it was 70. I missed one somewhere along the way.
72. This is the Knitting Place podcast, and I'm Dina. You can find me at the Knitting Place on Instagram, Ravelry, and Facebook. We're so technical right away.
There you go. I'm Pam Sapp on Instagram and Ravelry, and I am Pam Sapienza on Facebook. And that's about it. That's all I got.
That's enough.
Yep, that's all I have right now.
Should we jump right in? Well, let's talk about my weekend.
Dinah was away.
I was in Las Vegas.
Tell them about Vegas, Dinah. Did you win any money?
No, we lost. We didn't lose big. Someone asked, did you win big or small? I said, well, we didn't play big, so we didn't
You didn't win big. If you lost, you lost small.
But there was one hand. My husband was playing on the roulette wheel.
Really?
And
I love roulette.
It's really, you don't have to think that much.
I like roulette.
So he's like, this is my last hand. Yeah. I'm like, you didn't play 21? And he's sitting there. But the guy who turns the wheel still didn't do that motion where,
yes, he
all
didn't
bets
stop
are off.
He didn't stop it.
He's like, I have to play 21 now, because if I don't play 21, the number's going to come up.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure enough, he put money on 21. It came up.
Oh, I hope he put some nice
30,
money on that.
It was a 5.
It was a
like
5.
35 to right.
Geez.
Still, he hit the number. It was good. But we lost it.
No, that's what happens. You got to put it in your pocket and go away. I told Dinah to go to I love when you're at a casino to go to a bar and just watch people. Sit and have a drink and just watch the people that walk around. It's a different world. It really is when you're in a casino.
It was very different. I'll tell you what was different about this particular casino. The casino was actually empty. We stayed at the Wynn.
Yeah.
We went for my cousin's 50th birthday party. It was empty.
We're
like, wow, it's really empty.
Was there a restriction on the number of people who could come in?
I don't know that if that was it, but I will tell you what they did. The tables were super high, so no one could play. Like, they had $25 minimums.
They probably didn't want you sitting.
So who's paying $25? A minimum bet.
Yeah, but
$50 on the weekend.
But that's when I was at a casino the last I was there, the minimums were high.
It was crazy. Too high. So
they don't want a bunch of normal people sitting there playing $5.
Probably. It was funny because we were sitting and I think I screamed when my husband got blackjack or something. And they're like, that's why the tables are so high, because he won blackjack. I'm like, woohoo!
Yeah.
And my cousin is like, that's exactly why the tables are high. They don't want you screaming. It's like, I guess it's a little more.
Well, that's the other reason. I mean, I like blackjack, but I don't like playing at a casino because I always feel that I would, that situation where you draw like a 16, do you take a card? You draw 15, do I take a card or not take a card? There's a whole thing behind it. And the person next to you gets annoyed if you take a card and you shouldn't have taken a card, then they get annoyed with you. I'm not that fancy a player. I mean, I know if I got 18 or 19, I'm not taking a card. But if I have maybe 15, maybe I should take a card.
Right. You should.
Well, again, I'm always afraid that I'm going to do the wrong thing, and the people around me are going to be annoyed because I took one and I shouldn't have. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not a big gambler, so I don't know. But I think the rule is unless you get 17, that's when I think you're supposed to stop.
Is that right? 17 stops?
I think. Anyway, you
can know how to play. Those are the gamblers in us. So other than you gambling, did you have a good time? Or your lack of gambling?
I know. It definitely had a good time. We saw Menopause the musical.
Nice.
My cousin turned 50, so it was
quite is that right? Did you see any performers out there, any acts, any shows other than the play? The musical?
That was it. They had, the usual Cirque du Soleil. It was a very big weekend, apparently. Everything was sold out.
Oh, really?
There was a big fight.
Oh, we didn't go to
the fight.
My husband said that they go see. Someone asked me if you went to. I think my husband did. You went to see the fight. It was a big fight.
I would have liked to see the fight, but it was my cousin's birthday. She wasn't going to. And there was some kind of mortgage convention going on at the same time. So,
but did they have any performers that you would have gone to see, but you couldn't get into? No.
That's what she picked. We did what she wanted. Birthday girl's choice. So there you have it. Vegas. Vegas was very strict. Strict on the plane. It was not hot. It was perfect weather.
Good.
Really nice.
Wasn't too hot. Good.
And what else can I say? I was surprised at how everybody was covered with the masks. They were very strict in the hotel.
Well, probably they had to be in the hotel.
Yes. On the streets, there were a lot of homeless. That was sad to see.
Yeah, there were.
A lot of homeless. They were, it was busy though. It's nice to be back.
Amy likes your shawl colors.
Oh, thank you, Amy. I'm wearing the Adventurer wrap.
That's right.
Yeah. This is
now the Adventurer wrap didn't have any other colors in it. You just went straight from color to color. You didn't have a main color.
Well, this was an Advent. This was last year's Advent that I purchased.
But you didn't have any, like, how sometimes there's a main color that you might put in it.
This was a true Advent wrap. So I used Ambah O'Brien's Adventure Scarfer wrap. I did the wrap version, which is wider. And
rather than the shawl.
And I think it was, she had written it as per a repeat. That's what it was. There was a row repeat because the pattern changes. You use a color for a repeat or whatever the significant amount of rows was, and then you bleed.
But you just kept following the pattern.
I followed the pattern as is. And
it's a repeat that repeats, you do rows 1 to whatever.
I forget, it was like 80 rows or something like that. It was quite a bit, but there's like a color melt that melts in between each color. I see that, yeah. You might see it more in some of the more high contrast colors. And this is Asylum Fibers Advent from last year.
There you go.
Whoops. And I lost the kit, Tammy.
What kit?
I'll figure it out.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to get it?
No, that's okay. I have to get it.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I'm wearing. I love it. I love this wrap. I wore it to Vegas. I wanted to take...
Oh, did you really?
Wanted to take this shawl to Vegas.
But you left it here?
I left it, and I wasn't driving back.
Well, at least you had the other one there.
Of course.
That looks more Vegas to me than the other one. Yeah, this
worked out perfectly.
Yeah. It looks more Vegas.
So I had my bright, colorful.
And the Adventure, that's okay. What Dinah's wearing is, of course, a fingering sock from merino sock from Asylum, right?
Yes.
And that's it.
That's what I'm wearing. Thanks for asking.
There you go.
How was your weekend?
Those are her bright colors. It was good. I mean, nothing uneventful. Didn't do anything special, The usual. Wish I had something exciting to tell you. Oops, sorry. That was me. That's one thing about going live. I don't have anything exciting to report. I'm trying to think. Nothing exciting. I mean, you're asking exciting. I have something just average. If I think of anything, I'll tell you. You made pretzels. I did. I did. That's right. I did make pretzels. I was going to do a reel on the pretzels, but I forgot to take pictures when I was making them. So that doesn't help. I'm just noticing we coordinate. Doesn't usually happen. Doesn't usually happen. Accident. It's by accident, yeah. But anyway, so I did make pretzels. I made them for it was my daughter's birthday. So she always loved pretzels. Which daughter? Katie. Okay. So I said, oh, because I've got all that sourdough starter.
Wait, like hot pretzels?
Yeah.
Stop.
What did you think
you
I
save
made?
me
The
one?
little stick ones? No, I didn't. I was just
They're
saying
so
one supposed to
good.
be for Audrey. One in my
Damn.
freezer.
Can you
They
believe
were
you save me one?
so good.
Did you have them with mustard?
No, that's what, when I walked into Emily's house, Tyler said to me, did you bring honey mustard? I said, no, I didn't.
Honey mustard?
Well, whatever, some kind of mustard, at least, well, whatever.
I would do like a French.
They had jalapeno dips online for it. You would like that. A jalapeno, but they were, I would say they're as intensive as making bread, only a little more so because in the morning, I guess you could compare it to making a bagel because you have to, segment it and roll it, let it sit, and then you put it in the water and then you bake it. So that was,
You have to boil it first? It is like a bagel then.
It is like a bagel. This one, what you did is you put 2 quarts of water and 1/3 cup of baking soda, and the baking soda makes the water boil.
Okay.
And you put the pretzel in 10 seconds on each side.
So it's already shaped.
It's shaped as a pretzel, right? And you put it in 10 seconds on each side. Then you put it onto the baking sheet on the parchment paper. And then your bagel was delicious.
Oh, Pam, I need the recipe. Guys.
It was a recipe I found online.
Fun.
I don't even know whose recipe it was particularly. There was one from King Arthur.
Wait.
The King Arthur one used a quick yeast. The one I used is one you have to sit overnight. Yes, because you're using the sourdough.
Okay. Well, did you put salt?
Of course. I was going to put everything. The coarse salt.
Not kosher salt. You actually
coarse, COARSE.
Right. So it's like the rock salt, like
the bigger.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Did you take pictures?
I have no pictures of the finished pretzel.
What about at Emily's house?
I might. I was going to say I might have taken one, but you know what happened?
Hello, everyone.
I FaceTimed here. I didn't take a picture. No, this was a starter.
Oh, it's bubbling over, you guys.
After I fed it.
That's a very healthy starter. There you go.
Yeah, it is a healthy starter. And then,
hi everyone, thanks for joining.
This is my dough, and those are my. I'm getting ready to make pretzels, but I have nothing after that.
I'll show them your dough, just so you guys could see.
Now you're making me feel like I have to make them again.
You do.
We'll go to your house, Dina. We'll make pretzels. How's that
Can we? Will you bring the recipe?
On time? It just takes too long. I would have to make the pretzels, the dough the night before. And then
that's okay. You make the dough and then we'll boil it.
You only get 12 pretzels in a batch.
Can you double it? 12 for you, 12 for me?
What I would do more than double it is I'd make 2 batches at the same time.
Right. That's probably better.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what.
I was going to say, walk me through it. I'll make.
If you make the bread,
batch.
I mean, it's
okay.
Anyway, now
pretzels.
That we talked about, but that was the highlight of my weekend. And I made brownies. I messaged Missy on Saturday night because I said to Katie, "What do you want for your birthday? What kind of cake do you like?" So she said, "Just make brownies."
Oh yeah.
So Missy has that scratch recipe that she uses. So I messaged her on Saturday. We were texting back and forth about shawlography.
She doing it?
Because she bought the kit. Remember that day she bought the kit and showed me with the pictures, right? And I said, and I had pictures on my phone. So I said, which is your kit? And she had changed it up a little bit from the one I had on my kit. But she was telling me, I said, because I had watched Stephen West's video that day when he was talking about assigning the colors. But then I also looked ahead because at the end of his YouTube, he had a spoiler.
Okay.
So I said, it was almost, you know what, Dinah? I was this far away from pulling out the yarn that I have at home to see if I have anything I could use for that thing, that I would make it.
Good.
But I just don't have time to.
I have not done a Stephen West knit along. And of course I jumped. I had to see the spoiler alert.
Oh, I would. Yeah. You know what? I don't think I would do it without looking at the spoiler.
So hence, and this one looks really, really good.
Excuse me.
I don't know if any of you are making it, contemplating making it. I think it's gorgeous.
I just don't know about those I-cord things I saw.
It's not that intense.
Yeah, but are you going to
give anything away?
No, I don't want to say it. Well, if they're making it, they're probably done with the first clue already.
But if they're not.
Well, I couldn't help but look.
It's fun. Anyway, the spoilers are great. If that's who you are, they're there and they're available for you if you need to.
Is anybody making it? Is anyone doing this shawlography?
We want to know. Someone just cast on the MCal today. Way to go, Bernadette.
Nice.
Amy says she loves your sweater too.
Thank you. Let me ask you, if you just cast on that second color. Is it the second color?
Meaning,
You know the one I'm talking about. That's in the short rows. The one that looks like an overlay kind of.
Looks like the main color in that section.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Would you do light or dark?
Based on
what you saw, what would you do?
What I saw, I think I would do light.
Would you really?
You would do dark.
I probably would. I like the color he was doing. His colors on his YouTube video. I love those were my colors. But I've seen some lovely ones, you know.
You guys are too many amazing shawls.
Are they doing it? Are they making it?
Bernadette just cast on.
Oh.
It isn't hard. Great directions. Amy, I assume you're doing it. Amy has.
Yeah.
Janet is making
Someone's
it.
doing navy. Oh, she's doing navy. Okay, that's probably going to look lovely.
That's for the I-cord part. So is that for the...
That's the same one.
That's the same. Yes, it is the same
one.
color.
That's the same color.
For dark. Oh, you finished clue 1. Bravo,
Amy.
Did?
Amy did?
First
Amy, you have to share pictures.
For me.
Put a spoiler. Did you put a spoiler on Instagram?
Message us.
I want to
see it.
You know, I feel like I'm involved in this. I'm not even knitting it.
This is a great way to live vicariously.
I know. It is.
Make it.
It truly is. But anyway.
It's true, Amy. There are over 6,000 people doing it, and that's only on Ravelry. Imagine all the people that are making it and not posting their pictures.
That's right.
Oh, look at this. We have so many hellos. Wendy's joining us. Wendy's a new grandma. Congratulations. Glad you made it. Hi, Debbie. We have our fans from all over.
And I loved Stephen's dog, Brioche. He's like wrapping that dog up. He said he puts him in his basket on his bicycle and puts him in. But nice to know Stephen felted one of his shawls.
By accident?
By accident, yeah. He hasn't done it in a long time, but he felted one of his shawls. So it even happens to the best of us, right?
Sure does.
Yeah.
Sure does.
Anyway.
All right. What are you wearing, Tammy?
I am wearing my pandemic, because it was during the pandemic, right? Yes. Luna. It's called Luna. It's a free pattern from Espace that I made using Anzula Cloud with, whose mohair did I use?
I believe it was the Shibui mohair that.
Yes, it was. We don't have this color anymore, but it was a Shibui mohair. Petal, that's right. And it's on my Ravelry page if you want to look at it. It's a great pattern. It was a fun knit. It really is lovely, actually. I'm liking this, Dina. You like it?
Great on you. I love the circular yoke.
It's like it's not a tight turtleneck. It's almost like a funnel.
Yeah, it looks very pretty on you.
And it sits nicely. And the sleeve, it's not under my armhole, but it's not like the swan show. It's not like that. It's lovely. And all the info is on my
I would say, how would you compare it to our cuffle? But neither one of us finished it.
It's easier than the cuffle.
No, I meant the arm.
Oh, I don't know. Don't ask me that question. I wouldn't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Unless I put on Joanne's.
Too funny.
I could answer that question.
Right. Well, it looks really pretty on you. Do you remember any? I don't think. Well, that's not brioche, right?
Oh no, it's twisted rib. It's twisted rib.
So for those of you, it looks like there's a brioche section that goes across the yoke. It's not. It's just a twisted rib.
A twisted rib on the cuffs. Twisted rib on the bottom.
It's a free pattern on Ravelry. Would you say it was fairly easy?
Yes.
Did it have short rows? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
I think it did.
I would look at you probably did. I would look at the the pattern attributes on Ravelry to see. But I love knitting with Cloud. I'm going to get a skein of Cloud, Dina, just to show them Cloud. Cloud is a lace weight.
I can't look up.
Don't they?
The lighting actually puts a glare on my glasses. Sorry, guys.
I would say they would classify this as lace weight, but you knit your shawl in it. What shawl? A Melanie Berg shawl.
The Melanie Berg. I had knit.
What's it called?
You knit Dragonfell.
It's over there. I did the Dragonfell, and you did. It'll come to you.
Goodness.
Anyway, but my point is, this is the Anzula Cloud. How lovely is this? It's what they would say. I mean, they say on the label that it's 8.5 to 9 stitches on a 1.
But, it's a lovely yarn.
But I think I knit this with the mohair. I might have been on
a 6 or
something like that. And it has, I think it's 500.
Great yardage.
Yeah. Is it 525 or 550? Whichever it is. That's a lot. It's 80. It's an MCN, merino cashmere nylon. and it's 575 yards, excuse me. So I think I used 2 of these. Well, I needed another mohair. That was the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I needed a third of these, but this is a lovely yarn. I do love Cloud. And I remember when Dinah made her shawl, she started it with Cloud, and then she hesitated because she thought it was going to be too thin.
Too limp.
But it turned out
to be delightful.
Because the cashmere that's in it blooms. That's why the Anzula yarns, the squishy.
They're all MCNs.
They're all MCNs, right? And they
lovely.
really are lovely to knit with. I do love this. Remember what was that sweater that was striped that we were going to make with this? Remember? Remember that striped one? It was from like Isabel Kramer. It was called, it's in my favorites. I'm going to look it up.
I don't remember.
And we thought of doing it with Cloud.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking for the Melanie Berg shawl. No, I think it's at home.
Is there a no, you should really? You don't think it's over?
No.
Well, she did it in like this color.
Yes, the gray, my usual trio.
Anyway.
How original am I?
But that's what I'm wearing today. And Dinah already told you what she's wearing. She's wearing last year's Advent in the Adventurer wrap.
By Ambah
O'Brien.
Did you guys notice I did show notes last week? Was that helpful?
There you go.
Would you like me to continue with that?
Yes, you must continue with the show notes. Of course, I'm not doing it. I'm saying she should do it. But.
That's okay. I can't seem to find it.
Don't worry about it. It'll come to you when you're not thinking about it.
I apologize.
And that's what we're wearing.
Do you have any FOs?
I have no FOs. Do you have any FOs?
No.
No FOs.
I hope to have one by the end of the week.
No FO. Well, yeah, exactly.
If I stay on point with I'm trying to knit.
With your test knit, right?
Yeah, trying to knit feverishly.
Do you want to show us it?
I could start. Sure.
Can you? And then I'll show you mine. You show me yours, I'll show you mine.
So if you're just joining for the first time, I'm doing a test knit for Natasja Hornby. I'm allowed to share sneak peeks, just not the entire
piece.
Correct. I will tell
Show
you.
them the sleeve.
I finished both sleeves, so I'm off of Sleeve Island.
Oh, lovely.
Which is nice.
That's the whole thing.
No, you can't see the whole thing. And I decided, instead of heading to the border, I thought I would do my neckline first.
Oh, good.
And
did you ever finish the body?
No.
How much more of the body do you have to do?
Quite a bit.
I was going to say, because
that's why I'm hoping
Dinah decided that she would, instead of finishing the body before the sleeves, she would do the sleeves before she finished the body.
Correct.
So she still has the body. Yeah, but that's easy knitting.
Yeah, in the round, it is. Mm-hmm. I just also thought that if I get the neck done first, if I wanted to add length, then I would just use the yarn, through its entirety. Right. I have my barber cords with me, so I could try it on.
And that's a beautiful yarn color too. She's using the Gros from Biches,
right,
which is lovely. Speaking of Le Gros,
show them.
I
love working with it. It's a non-superwash wool.
Yep.
It's got. We don't have it here. Actually, do you have the label with you?
Yeah, probably do.
It's from Buches. It's called Le Petite. It's called Le Gros, actually.
Here it is. I think it's 210
It's 100% lamb's wool, and it's got 110 yards.
It's pretty.
No, 210.
The color's not coming up. It's a really rich, mossy green. Yeah.
That kind of grounds it. There you go.
It almost looks brown, though. It's not. It's really a rich, rich green. And I am using it for my...
Looks better in its entirety.
I'm using it for my Driftlines, which is this.
Beautiful cowl.
It's not opening up because it's on a needle, but it is a pointed cowl. This is the back of it.
Oh, look at that detail down the back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't that pretty?
Very.
And now I am up to the border. She's got a nice thick border. But I think we have kits for this online, but I would say, according to your
second skein?
Yeah, according to the yardage in the pattern, you would need 3 of these, but we're thinking now it's probably just 2.
You're going to get to finish it soon.
I mean, we
may modify the kits, but you know what? I always think of what Kimberly says.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, because again, when I measured it, when I got to the joining part, I measured it, and my measurements were right on target in terms of the depth that it should be and the width that it should be. So I don't think it's too tight or too loose. My thought is, you know what? If I have a majority of a skein left, I'll make a hat.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Don't fret. If you do have the extra skein, sometimes people knit to different gauges, even though the pattern is written as such.
Just to show you the pattern.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's by Sobery Shannon.
Yes. Yeah. Lovely. And it was a very row. It's like every row. I mean, you get to know the pattern, but there's.
Do you know it by heart?
Well, yes and no. I mean, it's like a 4-row repeat, but I always check to make sure I'm putting the make ones on the right row.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's changed a little bit now, even more so, because now I'm doing the border, which is it's a different stitch.
Does it make one right, make one left?
On the edge, it was make one right, make one left on the pattern. But now I'm doing make one right purlwise, make one left purlwise. Is what I'm doing now. So we'll see. I only did maybe 1 or 2 rows on the border.
Okay.
But the border is a lot of purling, so it's going to slow me down a little bit. But it's not that many rows. I think it's probably about 30 rows.
Do you think you'll finish by next week?
Yes, I will.
She'll finish by next week.
I have to. And that's my lovely, and I love the yarn.
I'm enjoying it too.
There's a sweater that I want to make in it. What's that sweater called, Dina? I don't know what it's called. The one that is on the Biches website. The one that
I don't know the name of it. Is it in the Gros though?
Yes. Remember, I thought I could do it in Le Petite, and you said no.
I think it's in the heavier one. It's very pretty.
It's in the Gros. We didn't have it at the time.
Maybe you could show them.
It's a lovely sweater. I'll look for it.
So they're saying the Luna looks beautiful on you.
Thank you. You like this is not my color, right?
Oh, Wendy.
What is she saying?
She just started the pattern Wayworn. Will call for yarn.
What is Wayworn?
Isn't that what we're going to be doing? The kits?
That one? I thought that began with an F.
No. Wait a second. Wayworn. Isn't that the
is that the one from Melanie Berg?
No.
Which one are you talking
yes,
about?
Melanie Berg, the mohair. That's so funny. Wendy, we're going to put up kits for that.
I didn't know the name of that.
She meant she just bought it. That's so funny.
Nice. What colors did you do, Wendy? Tell us.
No, she bought the pattern. She
bought the pattern. No, we're going to do kits.
That's so funny. Yeah, that was hot on
Ravelry. Is it 2 colors? That's a great picture she has.
Beautiful.
Yeah. We do have Sandnes gone mohair.
Yes.
Lovely,
we'll be showing that. Sorry, I should not say that word.
That's Thursday's kit. Right?
Yes, it's the latest from Melanie Berg. It's absolutely beautiful.
I'll show it to you. It's on my phone.
It's beautiful. We'll share it. I am going on to my next
whip.
Go
right ahead.
Not far, but I did get my pockets done for our knit along.
Oh yeah.
I have pocket liners to show. I'm very happy. I ended up going with the gray. My original color that I wanted to use.
Oh, it's 3 colors.
Customer wanted, so I gave it up.
Maybe I should make this.
So it's just a very boring gray. I wasn't sure because of my hair, but I think it'll be okay.
Oh, it's fine. That's a nice basic color. Nice basic color.
So 2 pockets. That's it. It's done in Flet. It's Morning Rituals. It's by Andrea Mowry. She advises us to do the pockets first, and then you go into the border of the sweater. And I hope to get more done once my test knit is finished.
Has short rows in it.
And that is that.
Okay, this is the picture of it. This is the best picture that I've seen.
So pretty. I love it.
I'm going to just make it big so that you guys can see it.
Is it 3 colors?
It's 3 colors.
So pretty.
And the colors are so soft in this.
I love it. And I just love the way it's wrapped around her neck. There's a bit of a glare.
That looks fun. Look now. There it is. Holding it back.
There, yeah.
That's good.
Stunning.
Isn't it pretty?
Absolutely stunning.
This one looks like it's an off-white, or a pinkish and a gray.
Is it a triangle?
It is. It's on the bias.
The only thing I would fear is the knitting on the
modular rectangle, short rows, striped color work.
It is a rectangle. That's how she's getting that shape.
Asymmetric bias.
What size needle?
4.
So she's knitting it single.
16 stitches to 4 inches blocked on a 4.
Beautiful.
And she doesn't say here, you got to get the pattern to see. Pattern's 20% off.
Oh, you guys, jump on and get it.
Buy it now.
We're going to be showing kits for that one.
There you go.
Check it out on Ravelry.
We were just looking at that this afternoon.
3
Great minds
colors.
think alike.
That's right, Wendy. It is 3. Hope to wear it in Florida. That would be a wonderful piece to wear in Florida.
Oh, that would be great for Florida.
It would break the chill on a cool evening.
It's like the caucho. The caucho would be nice in Florida too.
It's funny that you said that because somebody had just asked about the gauge.
On the caucho?
On the caucho. We were talking about the asymmetrical poncho or caucho. Blocking is so important. You'd be surprised how much the piece opens up. So you definitely want to block your piece before sewing.
Yeah.
Very important.
That's what I did with the one we sewed today. I blocked it ahead of time.
Is it done? Should we show it to
It's done. You want me to get it? Where is it in the back? Yeah,
we'll show you another one.
I did think of taking it down.
That's so funny.
To show them. That's the advantage to having a yarn shop.
Everything's right here. Should I go on to my next? You didn't show? Okay.
I'll show mine if you're done.
Okay. So.
Oh, I didn't get
the other piece I have on my needles, I cast on for the Mallow Cowl. We had shown kits for this. I don't know if it was
Dina?
over a week.
Oh, I can't believe that. That's not a cable. Doesn't that
this
look
is
like a cable,
crazy,
guys?
you guys. This is the Mallow Cowl. It is designed by, gosh, I have to look it up. It's on my Knit Companion, so I can't tell you. Will you look it up, Pam?
What?
The designer? Yes. Yeah. Let me just show it to you close up. Look at this. How gorgeous.
And that's not cables. Could you believe that?
This stitch definition is literally done with knits, pearls, and not even a make one. They do these backward loop cast-ons, wrapping stitches. It's crazy. Decreasing, increasing. It's just unbelievable. I was totally amazed. So, for those of you who fear cables,
look how pretty that
fear
looks.
Not. You can have a cable-looking cowl. And I don't know. I think it's magnificent. I'm using Cakewool.
Can I feel it?
Absolutely. It feels nice. It's the Cakewool
It's an MCN.
It's an MCN.
That cashmere makes such a difference.
It really does.
That's really the wrap that's in the Afghan that we do. You know, the Afghan, the simply, what is it called? Not simple. Knit Pearl Hunter. Knit Pearl Hunter. That's one of her stitches.
So we have kits online. I don't have kits using Cakewool dough, but if you're interested, it only takes 2 skeins.
That's great.
Which is what I pulled.
That's lovely.
This
should make one of
colorway
these, Dina.
Is Favor. I love it.
I have to make myself cowls this year.
You have to make a list because this is the style that you like.
That's one of them. I know. I do like that style. You're right. Correct. So this is. Are you done? I'm sorry, Dina.
No. I was just going to share.
Go ahead.
I noticed this morning when Ruthie, who is in our
Morning Rituals
Knit Along group in our Zoom class, she actually inspired us to make the kits. She recommended the pattern. I think she saw a finished one from the test knitter, and she said, Dinah, look at this cowl.
It's gorgeous.
So we made up kits.
But you have to look at every row.
Yes. So the pattern, I'm not going to lie, it's 16 pages.
Something like that.
It's a lot. Each row is written.
I would blow it up.
So it's written and it's also charted. I'm actually following the written version.
Yeah, I would follow that too.
However, I made a mistake, you guys. So I was texting
Is it
Ruthie.
On there now?
Yeah, I was texting Ruthie this morning. Do you see right here? There's a pearl bump.
Is that your mistake?
Look at how far down, Pam.
You're going to take that down?
I'm dropping it.
Oh, you're dropping it. Oh, well, it's not cable, so maybe you can.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. The only problem is there increases and leaning slant stitches and decreases.
I don't know, Dinah.
So I don't know.
Does that really bother you?
It does. Absolutely.
Well, how long did it take you to knit that?
These are like 20 rows. That's a lot of time, Pam.
I may have
row
to make
by
one
row.
of those.
So I will tell you that Syl in our Morning Rituals group. Thank you, Syl. This is a huge shout out. If you guys don't have Knit Companion, it's an app.
And she uses it on her iPad.
Download it.
You can use it on your phone too.
It is, in fact, I could show it to you.
on my phone.
No, not on my phone. It's right
here. Are
here.
you using it for that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
I don't know how I would do it without it.
I have, because I haven't put it on my iPad. I know Syl said to call her, but I haven't had time.
Do you think I'd be giving away the pattern if I show it to them?
Oh, they're not going to be able to read it. Don't show them that.
Okay.
They want to make it if they see that.
It's basically pages of written.
You can't even see it.
Written text. Okay.
They can't see that.
It's pages.
So how do you show me how you use that, Dina?
So for example,
that's what you're up to.
I'm up to this row.
Yeah.
Which is row 56, but let me just get the glare off. Hold on.
You got to hold it forward. Nope.
There we go.
That's better, yeah.
So you see this highlighter, it moves up and down.
Remember where you're on now that you moved that.
I have to rip. Anyway, I was over here. So look at how great this is.
So is that the only thing? You're not counting or anything with that? You're just using the yellow highlighter?
I'm using the yellow highlighter, but you see here?
Yeah.
There are rows and counters over there. Yeah. You could switch pages.
I should be using that for my
I can go to my chart if I prefer to read the chart. Brilliant.
How did you get it on there? So how did you get it on there?
So do you remember I remember
you couldn't log in or something.
I think it was just a technical difficulty that day.
You can do it on your phone, but
it should sync. Maybe that's the problem.
No, but you don't get everything on it, I don't think. Like I could bring it up right now on my phone because I do have it on my phone. If I could see it. What fell? Something just fell.
I had trouble logging in for whatever reason. There was a password glitch.
I don't know what the app looks like.
I had to reset my password. I don't know, but apparently it syncs.
We're gonna do it tonight.
It syncs with your Ravelry patterns. It keeps your position where you are, so you don't have to worry about Post-it notes.
Right.
You don't have to worry. It's brilliant. And I didn't even watch all the tutorials.
Right. They have YouTube tutorials.
Right. I think, is it Very Pink who has the,
I think they said Very Pink.
Amy, who has the tutorials? Amy's on here.
Oh, well, Amy's a pro because she can
Amy,
have it.
Love you.
What'd she say?
She wrote the designer. Ksenia, I'm probably...
How you spell it?
Naidyon.
On Mallow?
On the Mallow Cowl. So the name of the designer, and I don't know if it's a private, listen to me, a silent K or an S. It's Ksenia or Ksenia. Ksenia, and the last name is Naldyon. Mallow Cowl, MALLOW Cowl. There it is. So we could show it to you. Thanks, Pam. It's really pretty. Thank you.
Ksenia,
hold your finger on the line and a red dot stays in place until you move it.
What'd she say?
She says, hold your finger on the line and a red dot stays in place until you move it.
For what? What are you doing?
I think that's the highlighter. Oh, Syl is on.
Is Syl on? Hi, Syl.
You guys
Syl, I'm going to do it tonight. I'm going to try it tonight if I have time. Hopefully I will.
And Amy is confirming if you need tutorials, Very Pink Knits has tutorials on Knit Companion. So you know what I'm going to be doing.
And this is the full, there you go, guys. Let's bring it up. Go this way.
There it is. Yeah. It's gorgeous. And no cable needle.
Blown out, but
Syl's story yesterday cracked me up. She took it to her knitting guild, and she's
making this, right?
She's making it, and I think she had show and tell, or she was sharing her project with the gals, and everyone was asking her, "Where's your cable needle?" And the beauty of this cowl is there is no cable needle.
There is no cable needle. Isn't that fabulous?
Love it.
So this is what Dina was talking about before. Why don't you take off what you're wearing there? Because this is too much for me to put on.
Sure.
I just can't do it. This is one of the couchos.
So I guess if Pat sees this,
she knows it's ready.
Yeah.
There you go. Let me fix you. There you go, Dina.
There it is. So
now this particular customer used
this was the original. This is the asymmetrical. So it was on a larger needle.
But she used a different yarn. She used that that was from
this was a trendsetter and a regular mohair
yarn, yeah.
So this is beautiful, but the point is, before we, our customer brought this in for finishing, before we finished it for her, we had to block out the rectangle to make sure the mohair opened up. So make sure you're getting about 3.5, 4 stitches to the inch on the mohair. It's supposed to be wide.
And another customer called the other day because she was done with it and she was getting ready to sew it. And she was following the directions. She pinned it. I said, what I would do, and what we do here in the shop, is we do a rough basting.
Yes.
Before we actually sew it, just to make sure that it's lined up correctly and that it's sitting properly and that the neck is, you know, I mean, everyone has a different size, that the neck opening is what you want it to be and so on and so forth. So
will you hold the seam? Yeah. So what Pam means about basting is this was a rectangle and this is one short edge of the rectangle right here. And it's sewn onto the long edge.
Which is the bind-off edge or the cast-on edge?
Either way. So what Pam is saying by basting is just give it a whip stitch.
Yeah, like real
along.
fast, take a cotton or something because this has mohair in it. So I used a cotton so it wouldn't snag, and just run it through real rough. And notice on this one we're sewing a vertical to a horizontal.
Correct.
So you have to be careful that you may need to ease it in, because of course it's the stitch gauge over here versus the row gauge over there, right? Which are two different things. So that's why you have to be careful, and you may have to ease it in. And if you do ease it in, just spread it out.
Right.
Don't
so
do
that
it all at once.
it sews in evenly.
Right.
And you just want to make sure that your opening is about your shoulder width. So if you need to adjust it, or if you have leftover yarn, you can always just pick up and bind off around the neck.
Correct.
To tighten the
opening. Tighten it if you need to, yeah. Or if you can crochet, you could even do that too with a crochet hook.
Thanks for bringing it.
You're welcome, Dana. So now I am going to move on to my second whip, which I'm not even remembering what's in here until I take it out. Okay.
I didn't bring my couple.
I didn't do anything on the cuffle.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything on the cuffle. Excuse me. This is
how adorable.
Olive's. Let me get my ends.
Festival sweater.
Festival.
Did you split?
Yes, I did.
Yay.
So here are the sleeves. It's only on a 24-inch, so it's not opened up as much as it should be, but there you go.
Look at how adorable.
Isn't that pretty?
It is darling.
I use the Sandnes Garn Sunday, double Sunday, which is, so what we need to do on Monday is wear our Marseille, which is, I don't know how you,
ends.
Mine are woven in. I was going to give it to Katie this weekend, but she wasn't going straight home. She was going to a concert. And they said, well, you could leave it in the car. I said, no, you're not leaving it in the car.
It'll felt.
Not even that. Forget it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, this is color almond, which is a nice neutral. And I'm using the, I don't know, right?
Electric blue.
Electric blue with eucalyptus.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And
it's super cute. It looks like baubles,
3/4.
but they're not.
Yeah, bring it up close. You see?
Look at the stitch definition. This pattern is by Petite Knit.
Oh, that looks great on
it. Looks stunning.
And it's a to make this detail, it's 2 rows.
It's fabulous.
It's just 2 rows.
I love it.
And Dana and I was saying it would be great in a baby blanket or a kid's hat. I should make her a matching hat. That's what I should do. Right?
You'll have leftover. You can.
You think I will? Yeah, maybe I will.
Definitely.
So anyway, so I do love knitting with the double Sunday. It really is lovely. It's a lovely yarn.
It's great.
Right?
Yep.
And
it's soft, even though it's a non-superwash.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
Yes, yeah. It's not like some of the other ones.
Right. It's not as rustic, for example, as Biches Buches, but it is 100% non-superwash. It feels more
non-superwash. It's
exactly
100% because it's merino, maybe.
It's probably the merino.
Yeah. Anyway, it's lovely.
I'm sorry, Pam. I'm just going to read a couple of comments here. Syl says that she uses her iPad. I've been using the Knit Companion on my iPad as well. It's much easier for me to read and blow up the charts. And she also said the red diamond is the marker. So you hold your finger anywhere you want and you can slide the marker, which is
Why
brilliant.
would I want to do that, though?
Well, sometimes you're putting a marker in place. It marks the repeat, I suppose.
So if you put a marker, it's just I'm marking it on a
You're marking it on the pattern
as
well as
I put a marker somewhere.
Right. And she said that if you have the pen stylus, you can use that as well, the pen icon. Oh, no, there's a pen icon that you can write notes. Excuse me, I
you
forgot
can write
about
notes
that.
at the bottom.
Yes, which is brilliant too. Yeah,
go.
It's great. Petite Knits is coming out with an adult version of the festival sweater.
Are they really?
Yeah, that's going to be great.
It's adorable, isn't it?
Debbie is asking if you can do that for a boy, Pam, or is it more of a girl sweater? I think it's unisex.
I think you could
100%.
do it for a boy. I think you could do it for a boy.
Yep.
I mean, if you like, for instance, if they were Mets fans,
the orange and
you
blue.
could do the orange and this blue, and it would be great for the Mets.
Orange.
It's a bold orange,
right.
And you could customize it too. Like I know this detail is on the sleeves. You don't have to put it on the sleeve if you don't want to.
Do it any way you want.
And I saw people where they did multicolor stripes too, like each one was a different color, right? Or you could do all the same color. I just think it's great.
I think it's unisex 100%.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything feminine or masculine.
It's a fun pattern. So I have to get this
done.
That's fun. I would love to have it done her birthday, although I don't know if she's going to be wearing it for her birthday. But Emily's like, well, maybe they can wear it for Thanksgiving. Whatever.
Where's she going for Thanksgiving
No way.
again?
She's going to Florida before Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's what it was.
I don't think they'll be wearing these in Florida.
Very nice.
So those are
whips.
2 FOs, in addition to many others.
Not FOs, whips.
Whips, I meant, yes, in addition to many
So
others.
how many of you want to see a video of me dropping this down? I may not be successful.
I can video you, Dana.
Yeah, I'm thinking I may do it on a video, and if I fail, then you'll know I failed. But this is the nitty-gritty about knitting, right?
The thing is, her choice is either to try to take it down.
I have nothing to
she
lose.
has 3 choices. She can leave it, which she's not going to do. She can try to take it down, or she can take it out. So if she can't do it on the takedown, she'll rip it out anyway. So
right.
It's not that it's right.
Yeah. I definitely someone said Kathy's saying that would be interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna try
and then do that.
Yeah, and then this way I'll also show you how I pick up the stitches and work it up if I can.
Maybe we can make a reel out of it, Dina.
That would be interesting.
So behind us is a finished cuffle, if ours ever gets finished. The one you're looking at is Midnight, which is navy. It looks like it's Aspen.
Navy and Aspen, yes.
Yeah. Well,
I think that was the original.
Dinah and I are doing Raven, which is black and Aspen. So it will look similar to that if it's ever done.
Yes.
And behind me on this side is Jane's lovely Creeping Fig, which is that knit along that has been going on through the end of October with
the Knitting Posse and Beth McDonald's done.
Right.
The Creeping Fig is the design she launched, in fact, for the knit along. And it's absolutely adorable. It looks great.
That almost looks like it's brown, but it's it's called Cabernet, which is the plum color, but
it's getting a little washed out. You know what's interesting?
Look at the width on it. You see, guys, it's meant to be boxy. I should make this, Dina. I really
You said you were going to.
I know. You know what I was thinking? This year for me, how many things have I knit for other people?
You knit for Lucy. You knitting for Olive. You knit for Katie.
I knit for Daniel, that sweater.
You knit for Daniel. Right?
I knit for Katie.
You said you were going to finish Tyler's scarf.
Right. I knit for,
time to knit for yourself, Pammy.
That's a bit much, I'd say.
Sophie is going to be home.
She can't take it. She can't take it until we podcast.
Well, she's leaving on Tuesday, so she could take it with her.
That's perfect then. You can wear it with the ends not woven in.
Okay. Well,
but you're going to have to wear it anyway. You have to do it so she can
take it.
I know. I wove mine in. But what was I going to say?
Speaking of knitting for others, I really need to make a list. I was thinking
for
my holiday gifts.
Yeah.
I'm thinking what I'm going to do.
I can't do that. What are you going to do?
I'm thinking of doing cowls this year.
What kind of cowls?
Can I knit the guys' cowls?
What kind of cowls?
I don't know.
Depends you're using Rasta.
She's going for chunky. Speaking of which, we got a new delivery.
We did get a new delivery. Mm-hmm. We had 2 great. We don't have them here, but Dinah's going to post pictures on Instagram. What's the name of the hat that we did for Knit and Escape with Rasta? What was it called? Oh, I know. It began with an H. What? No. Oh gosh, it's going to come to me. I can't remember it now. Come on, Dinah, you remember? H-A-U. Hague. It was Hague.
H-A-G-U-E.
And
the Hague hat. You could do 2.
Yeah, you can make 2 hats with 2 skeins.
You have a picture.
I have it on my phone. Yeah, I took pictures of it today for the customer that came in. The same one who's Creeping Fig. This is Jane did a great job, and Jane. I'm on my Instagram. I'm looking for
Jane has her Creeping Fig that we steamed, and we also have finished hats. They're absolutely delightful. And she actually said she had leftover yarn. So if you wanted to make the pom-pom, you could. You don't necessarily have to do it's gorgeous. She went for that highlighter yellow and that beautiful like watery blue, the teal.
Gorgeous. And then she put matching poms.
Yeah.
They're going
out a little.
They're going to her granddaughter who were in, I forget, she told me where, I don't remember now. Massachusetts, maybe? Look at that.
I'm getting the ring light. But
she did a great job. She did a great job.
Love it. Oh, gorgeous.
Isn't that pretty?
I'll be posting them under FOs. Very nice.
Yeah, very pretty. So anyway, we have more Rasta in.
Yes.
Which we have to show for that. We can make more kits. Mm-hmm. There's another Rasta hat too that I found that I like very much, which I can show you.
I feel like, I was going to say, I feel like it's too much of a cheat for me to do the Rasta. Like I'm thinking. Right.
Well, I don't think
the Mallow is probably.
How are you going to make the Mallow?
I don't know, but I love making it still, am I crazy? I love making it. It's so much fun. It just
You
seems
should
like
look at Stephen West and see if he has a nice shawl that you could do. How many are you talking about making? How could you possibly
there's
get
Danielle,
that done?
there's Sophie, Roche, and then for the guys, it's Jake, Zach.
So 6 of
Isaac.
them. We can make 6 mallows?
And then I have my husband.
7 mallows.
No, I'm not making them. No, I'm not making the guys the mallow.
Oh,
I would make them something else. But I think I like that shape.
I think it's a nice shape, but
Yeah.
I think you should find something else that's easier.
Driftlines.
It's still a lot of knitting, though. I mean, you could do it. You definitely could do
actually,
it.
Syl finished the Driftlines, which is easier, Syl.
She used
Driftlines.
Or what? Or Mallow? Oh, Driftlines, I think is easier.
Much faster.
I think it's faster. No, what do you think? You're doing the Mallow now, and you did the Driftlines.
See, she said it's addictive. LOL. It is. You just want to get to the next section.
Yeah, but you have to have the time to do it.
Right.
Anything's addictive if you have time to do it.
Right? I'm amazed how Knit Companion is really.
It's letting you move fast.
It does, because otherwise I would be with the tape.
Yep.
I don't have to deal with the tape. I just move the marker and it's highlighted.
I got you.
And it's just easy to read. I don't know. There's something very addictive about it. It's true.
Did you see Dinah's, not to change the topic, Dinah, but I am changing it. Did you see Dinah's interview with Yamagar?
Bernice.
Is it Bernice Yamagar?
Yes. For those of you who didn't tune in, I know.
Is it on Instagram?
It's on Instagram. I could not post it to YouTube, unfortunately. I think.
Hold on.
I have to do it from my phone.
Someone was in the other day, Sona, we were talking about it, because she said for her job, whatever her job is, she had to upload all these videos to YouTube. I said, you need to talk to Dinah. She said it's a pain in the neck, but she just loaded all the videos for work onto YouTube.
I know there's a cheat, because I was discussing it with Kimberly. Like I would have to record the interview.
That's so hard to do.
It's because I didn't realize how long our interviews go. Sorry, guys, but thanks for staying tuned with us when we do record them.
You are asking questions.
We do cover a lot.
This is another hat. It's called the Lotus Flower Beanie that you could make with 2 skeins. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Another skein of Rasta. Hold on, I'm getting the picture up now. Look at this. How great is that? I think I'm going to make this for the girls. One of these hats. Isn't that cute?
Beautiful.
2 colors of Rasta.
Beautiful.
I'm going to do that.
We should make kits for that next.
We should do kits with that. That's lovely.
With the new yarn.
With the new, yeah.
Actually, any of the existing kits that we have could make that.
Yeah, you could do that as well.
I wonder if it would be a yin and a yang as well.
I'm just going to go back to the pattern. And
Lotus Flower Beanie.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe
we should write that down so I could put the link.
Where'd my pen go?
Yes, it is very pretty, the lotus flowers. Hello, everybody.
You have to find out what the name of your Melanie Berg thing was. That shawl.
I'll put it down in the show notes.
You can put it in the show notes, Dina,
so I apologize. Yes.
This Lotus Flower Beanie is by BK Knits Handmade. No. B Knits Handmade.
It's funny. It does look like that. It's B Knits Handmade. It's called Lotus Flower Beanie, and we'll put it down in the show notes for all of you. And just for the record, you could make the Hague hat or the Lotus Flower Beanie.
And the interesting thing with this yarn, you can make it 6 to 12 months, 2 to 3 years, 4 to 6 years, or an adult woman.
Wasn't the Hague also available? Am I wrong?
Was that the one?
No, it wasn't.
That wasn't that. I don't think it was that one.
Else.
It's it says that it's an intermediate pattern using 1 color per round. And what else does it say? Bottom up in the round mosaic 1 piece. That's it. It doesn't say. I was looking to see if it told you 2 skeins of listed yarn will make 2 adult size hats.
Right.
So it's the same thing.
What I was going to say, if you get both patterns, you could do one way and like yin.
Right.
And lotus beanie.
So you don't have to have 2 lotuses. You can have one of each.
One of each, exactly. So it's another possibility.
Just full of information.
Valerie's asking if we'll announce on Instagram when you post kits from Melanie Berg. Absolutely. It's called the Wayworn. Right? Wayworn shawl?
I don't know. I believe the name. I'll find out.
Wayworn. I think that's what it is. And yes, of course, we'll announce it.
I would say they're going to be coming later this week, right, Dana?
Yeah. It could be What's today?
Tomorrow.
Tuesday? It could be Thursday.
Thursday, Friday.
Yep.
Or one of each, perhaps. There it is.
So
Way Worn, one word.
By Melanie Berg. It's super pretty.
That is a pretty one. Maybe I have to make that thing. I'm making everything. I live vicariously through other people.
Speaking of which,
what?
The two of us started by saying we want to knit the Opus shawl.
Yes. Now, Dina and I were like, well, Dina's, I don't think I can do it. I'm too busy.
Knitting.
I have so much knitting.
Quickly.
She's not knitting anything else, Dina. She's a monogamous knitter. And so we had a customer come to the shop yesterday with her Opus.
By Max the Knitter.
She wanted it blocked, and she has ends to be woven in. And look at this, guys. Oh,
absolutely beautiful.
How gorgeous is that?
This is in Woolfolk Tinned.
We have kits on the website.
And
what colors?
We're calling this episode Nitty Gritty.
Why?
Because we're talking about the nitty gritty of knitting.
Right.
At least I feel that it's important to get your techniques down. I'm a stickler when it comes to mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I could, right. I'm not saying I'm a perfectionist because I've certainly left mistakes go. But the mistake that I have is literally in my bottom tier, like that first looking cable. And to me, it's quite noticeable. If it wasn't noticeable, I would let it go.
Because it's in the point of the shawl.
Right. Right. It's front and center. It would be, right there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about paying attention to detail. That's why I'm going to try to do the demonstration on how to drop the stitches, picking it up, and even just the consequences. If I'm unsuccessful in dropping, that means I need to rip back. And I think part of knitting, it's a process. It's a process. This is a magnificent shawl. She asked us to block it.
However,
she did look at her floats.
Her floats are great.
Magnificent. However, it's slightly tight. She pulled a little too tight. And part of the restriction is the bind off as well.
I think if we take out the bind off, that she'll be able to block
We'll be able
wider.
To block this.
Because when you get it's a mosaic, so it does pull in a bit, but
Correct.
Look at there is give
There's
to it.
Plenty of give. So it would block out beautifully, but if you just bind off too tightly, it changes everything because you're restricted by the amount of elasticity in the bind off. And this is as far as I can go.
Right. You can't make it any wider.
But yet, if I take the fabric,
look how wide you can go. Yeah.
You can go much further.
Truth be known, she probably should have gone up on her needle size.
It's important to check
because
gauge.
it is tight in that. Not that it's tight. It's tighter than it's supposed to be. Right. It's denser than it's supposed to be. It's mosaic, and mosaic can be dense. So when Dina and I saw this, we were like, "Oh, we have to make that."
Oh, definitely, definitely, and it's divine. It's in Woolfolk Tinned.
It's from Max the Knitter.
Yeah,
the
feels like
shawl.
cashmere.
Yeah, and it does feel like cashmere. Dina's.
I want to try it on.
Okay, try it on. So again, because she was tighter, the size is not correct because of two reasons. Number one, her needle size should have gone up, and number two, her bind off is too tight.
Look at this shape. Gorgeous. Again, it's that same shape of the cowl. Love it. Oh my God, Demi, will you knit me one on a bigger needle? How pretty.
That's gorgeous.
It's stunning. I think I want to do these exact colors.
I think we did a great job picking the colors.
Yes, the kits are beautiful.
Dina, you know how much time we spent? How much time, Dina, did you think we spent on these Opus colors?
Every shawl kit.
No, but on Opus, this one.
We wanted them to be right.
I mean, a huge amount of time.
Yeah.
That we don't have it on our needles is ridiculous.
A lot of care. This is magnificent. So highly recommend it.
And the nice thing with this is this colorway, you could wear this with any coat.
I know. I'm wearing it with black. I think it's actually charcoal gray that's in here.
It's the color number 5 on Tinned. It's like it's the color. Hold on, I'm going to get it. It's
5
the
is
color.
Black, I thought.
What was that? No, I don't know. 5 isn't black. It's not black. It's like a deep. It's like
how gorgeous is this? They're saying it's stunning. Our knit group is planning on knitting it for West Knits MCal. What are you planning on knitting, Valerie?
The Opus.
For West Knits MCal?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know if you can do that.
What is she planning on doing?
Valerie, explain. Your group is planning on knitting it after West Knit. Oh, after the West Knits MCal.
This is Tinned. How gorgeous is that? This was Dinah's. Well, I was knitting this. Dinah was knitting this during the start of the pandemic. What light?
The light box.
I'll do it.
Thanks.
And so that's a Stephen West.
Painting bricks shawl.
Painting bricks.
This wasn't a mystery knit along.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, he came out with that in the spring of 2020.
Right.
In April, I think it was, or March or April, and I think people were using.
Well, he had a DK version as well as a fingering weight.
Was he using minis for his? Was he using mini skeins in his?
I don't remember.
I don't know now, but we've had people knit it with. We have another one in the back, don't we?
Zara, I'm like locked in.
You could knit it. We had people knit it out of Zara, which is a DK weight merino.
So this would be closer to the fingering weight version. And then we have a sample here in the shop that we just blocked in the DK weight version. So you have options. This is another magnificent shawl of his. This is a different gauge. This is a DK weight versus what Dinah is showing you. Although if you look at tinned, it says the gauge is 21 to 24 or something. Right, but I knitted on the...
It's more like a fingering though, yeah. Look at this one.
Stunning.
Ooh,
it reminds me of stained glass. It really does.
Look at that.
Like a Tiffany. Look at how gorgeous.
Yep. Her main color in this is black. Is it black or navy? It's black. It's black. Is it black?
It might be navy, actually.
Looks like it might be navy.
Navy.
And look at that.
Stunning.
Stunning. So anyway, the reason I brought this over is to show you
the contrast.
Yep. Look at that. It's light, and again, because this is mosaic is thicker. I think
it's quilted.
So it just goes to show you that she could have been up a needle size for sure.
Right. That's something, especially with mosaic, when you're paying attention to detail on mosaic, as in color work, the tendency is you pull tighter.
Right.
With the color strand knitting. So just, be
you don't
mindful.
Want to be tight on that, no. And if you are a tight knitter, even more important to adjust your needle size when you begin the project, right?
Yes.
I was going to say something about that now. I forgot.
It's beautiful. So pay attention to your knitting, pay attention to your details, pay attention to gauge.
She also had an extra skein left, and she had an extra skein left because it was too tight.
Right. And it also could be, Pam and I were just figuring out for a new kit that we're putting together. Designers tend to pad their yardage.
Yeah.
So they want to make sure that you don't run out of yarn.
Right.
I know that Pam is doing the Driftlines right now, and we included 3 skeins of the yarn based on the designer's recommendation.
Yardage, correct.
Right. So when you end up with an extra skein, it's not that we're trying to pad the sale.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make sure you have sufficient yarn.
Right.
Often people run out, and often people have extra yarn. With extra yarn, you can easily make a hat or incorporate it in another project.
Correct.
But the disaster is when you run out of yarn.
That's weird.
It's the hunt, the chase, the yarn chicken, the stress. Right. So, stick to the pattern. We're going to be releasing. We're going to try at the end of the week, show you a new pattern kit. I'm looking, it's on the table over there.
Mm-hmm.
We're putting in 2 mini skeins per color.
That's what the pattern calls for.
As far as yardage is concerned, we might be able to do just one on the other. Now that I think of it.
Well, she says she padded at 15%, but if you take off 15%, that's still not enough, Dina. Still not enough. So, most mini skeins come 87, 90 yards, the ones that have the most. Some of them, like the Madeline Tosh, is 54 yards, so it's even less. But when they're asking for 116 or 120 something,
we have to give you 2 mini skeins.
Right, but then when we look at what people used, there weren't tons and tons of projects, but there were enough that they were using.
A lot of the testers
were using 65 yards.
But there was one tester that went over.
Right,
so because, we're doing research, because we're looking into the pattern, we're not just hastily pulling the kits together. We're trying to be thorough. That is why when we put the kits together, sometimes you may end up with extra yarn. And again,
correct.
We try very hard to make sure that you don't run out of yarn.
Exactly.
Valerie has a question. Have we seen Jonathan Day's Opus? No, we have not. I will look it up. Maybe
is it on Ravelry?
Is it on Ravelry? Pam?
What?
You're looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was his name?
Jonathan.
Days?
Yes.
Okay.
Jonathan Day. Thanks for sharing.
Must be pretty.
Brenda's asking, what is your sweater? She's wearing the Luna.
Luna from Espace. It's a free pattern on their website. And I used Cloud from Anzula with Shibui's Silk Cloud mohair. You could use any mohair.
It's gorgeous.
It's almost like that one.
I know.
Isn't it almost like that one?
Yes. I think that's
What's
pearl gray.
different?
This one's pearl gray. She went with like an oatmeal.
And that's a darker shade there.
She did two blues, right?
Right. Okay.
It's a beautiful pattern from Max the Knitter.
Already. What am I searching? Jonathan? Can I search
Jonathan
his name?
Day. So we have some kits to share, of course.
We always do.
We always do.
What would a podcast be without?
We do have some new things, but I think we'll just unbox them during the week. So stay tuned to our Instagram. You'll see the new product that's coming in.
Where is he in the?
Valerie, how do we find it? Maybe look up Jonathan Day in People.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to, actually, I can't start with that.
What are you going to do?
I was going to do the shift. I think you have them.
I have the shift. Okay.
So I'll start with this. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. While she's looking that up, I'm going to share a pattern by Tamy Gore. This one is called Ramblewood. These kits are on the website, but we haven't featured them on Instagram yet. So you may not find the post or link for it through Instagram, but they're definitely on the website. This is the Ramblewood shawl. It's super pretty. It actually uses 5 colors of worsted weight yarn. She wrote down in her varying techniques and color combinations allow Ramblewood to be a knit that keeps your attention while creating a big hug of a shawl to keep you cozy. Knit in woolen spun yarn, Ramblewood is warm and yet lightweight, which is a great combination for an on-the-go shawl during the coming season.
I think, Dinah, that you should make the opus for the men in your life because there are an awful lot of men wearing this right now.
I know, but do you know how much knitting that is, Pam?
That's why I'm teasing.
4 I need. Are you crazy?
You got to make it for yourself first, actually.
I'll share with my husband.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
So this is Ramblewood. For the woolen spun, we decided to go with Forge from Hudson and West. Pam put together some gorgeous color combinations, and we're going to share them.
Look at that one, Dinah.
Oh, it's beautiful. That's very masculine looking. Well, those are my colors with that highlighter green. Oh,
that's got like a green in it.
Love that.
Oh, goodness.
So this first kit that we have here, now
this is the one
this is most resembles the one in the picture I just showed you. Thank you. There you go.
I'm just turning around.
Yeah.
Upside down.
Oh, sorry.
What's the
label? Sorry, Pam. And I picked them up that way, thinking it was the other way.
There you go.
So we've got this palette right here. There's Raven on Pam's end going into Ash, Gold Leaf, Aspen, and right here on the end is Charcoal. So that probably resembles the Ramblewood here the most.
Now, if you notice, you're not going to notice it in the picture, but if you looked closely towards the bottom, before she gets to the yellow color, above it and below it, that is a different shade. It's not a continuation of the cream that's in it.
It looks like either a light blue or a light
gray, one or the other. So there are 5 colors in it. And maybe I think the ones that you can kind of see it there. So that's why you see that there are 5 colors, and one skein of each should do the whole thing.
Was this stranded? This was stranded color.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
it's not mosaic.
And so there you go. That most closely resembles the one that's in the pattern. But of course, we couldn't do just that, right?
Right.
Do you want to show them? You've got a great one over there.
This one is lovely. This one here. Pam puts these kits together. They're beautiful.
There you go. This is Dusk on my end, followed by Red Barn, followed by Red Feather, Fawn, and Dinah has in her hand Tobacco.
Beautiful.
So if you notice, the reason I picked those colors, Tobacco, because what she did in hers, she had the yellow and like the green leaf together. So they kind of have two colors that are in the same color, but they're different shadings. So that's why I went with these two. And then like you could start the top with this and, you know, whatever. You could do whatever you want. Right.
Beautiful.
Right.
We're looking at the picture and just kind of imagining
it in other colors.
Yeah. So where like the top is that charcoal gray.
Yeah.
I think I would probably start with this barn red and then move downward.
We have the fawn. And I would probably make this color, the color that is light before this one, whatever. You can do whatever you want.
Gorgeous.
And if you're not sure, you can always call us and we'll tell you.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Do. Okay.
And then
you want to do yours?
I'll do this one and then we'll move on. This one's very pretty too.
Yeah, this is pretty. This is, again, the two colors in this one that are similar are the lake, which is on my end, and the navy, which is on Dinah's end. And then in between it, you have aspen, red bond, and ash gray.
Love this. There's something, this looks like Ralph Lauren to me.
Yeah.
You know, like the 4th of July kind of look, but like a vintage.
One of those.
Yeah, but like a vintage American.
Yeah. Right, a vintage one, yeah.
So pretty. Love this one,
Very pretty.
You did such a great job.
This one is, let's see. Here you go, Dina. I'll give you those two. And I'll take these. And the two colors I put in this one are the two greens. You know, it's the juniper, which is a lovely blue-green with the gold leaf. And then you have navy.
Beautiful.
And aspen and fawn. That's a pretty one,
That's going to be gorgeous together.
Yeah. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. And the last one, it looks like it's the one that we put to, what did I do differently with this one? Oh, I was trying to do, I don't know if this is actually right.
There was one with the mustard.
I was trying to do, is this the one?
Another version?
I thought that I had, pretty. Well, I don't know if this is exactly right. I thought I had one. It looks like that one, doesn't it? Oh, no, this is the one. Excuse me. This is the one that most closely resembles hers. What I did is I put black and gray in that one.
Oh, so
similar.
Had two, right.
Correct. So this would be like her version. Yellow and her green, and that's the fawn, followed by black and the gray. This is the one that most closely resembles her.
Right, because there's only one dark color, where the first kit that we showed you had the charcoal and the black.
Yeah. I wanted to do one with deeper. Black and charcoal.
Right, yeah. It's a little deeper.
So this is the one.
Very pretty, Pam.
So there are, what is it, 5 or 6 of them, Dinah? What did we say? Something like
that. And I think I only put together one of each. There's some that might be limited stock on the colors. We'll be restocking on the Hudson and West. So if there's one,
the only one that might be an issue, but I think we could do another one of those with the red feather.
Yeah, there are a couple of colors that might be low. So
I think, I think we might be able to do more, but we'll see.
Okay.
What's next? Show them the that one.
Okay, is that here?
Yeah, it should be in that pile.
Here it is.
It's not a great picture here because that's just the best picture in the pattern, but a customer brought this to our attention, and because vests are so popular this season, we thought this was great. It's a real traditional looking vest with a turtleneck. The cable is not in the back, it's only in the front. It's done on a 10 needle.
So this cable panel,
chunky yarn,
Pam is referring to. It's only in the front yoke. It reminds me of
your Dickie.
Yeah.
Well, but this is not. This is a vest.
Right, but when you're wearing a jacket over this vest, it would look like you have a cable sweater.
Right. And it's nice because the cabling is not in the back and it doesn't make it too bulky when you're wearing something over it.
Right.
So it's done with a chunkier yarn on a 10 needle. And what I thought was perfect, because I happen to like tweed yarns, is the Aaron Moore what? Just Aaron Moore.
Just
right?
Aaron Moore.
It says Donegal Heritage. It's from the Fiber Co. And we kitted it with 6 skeins because you could go through every size except the largest size. But if you needed it smaller, 54. We could always, the largest was a 54, I think. Anyway, so we did a light gray, we did a darker gray, and then, of course, the cream.
Now, the name of the pattern is called Stillhouse Vest. It's by Baby Cocktails, otherwise known as Thea Colman. Beautiful, beautiful
and look piece. Look at the tweeding. Can you see the colors in there?
You do. You see the depth of the coloration. You see the tweed. And that's the light gray, which you could really appreciate.
Yeah.
The Donegal tweed. And then even though this is a lighter color, it's monochromatic, but you see the texture of the tweed.
It's lovely.
This is like a winter white. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Super pretty.
Right.
So the kits consist of 6 skeins. If you're a smaller size and you want us to adjust it for you, please call us. We'd be happy to do that.
We could certainly do that.
So it is a front and a back. It is, I don't know that it's seamed or done in the round. I don't
It's done bottom up, I know.
Bottom up. But my point is it's not flapping in the
It's not,
wind.
it's sewn.
It's to get, right. It's in.
And the pattern says the model is wearing 3.5 inches of positive ease. I think she measures like a 34 bust, and she's wearing 37.5.
Nice.
So
it's not too much positive ease. Like
no,
enough to wear like she's
again,
wearing
if you're wearing
down.
it under something, you don't want it to be too loose, right? So
very pretty.
We'll try to bring you a vest each week. We'll see.
Yes, vests are very popular.
We can do that.
It's funny. Somebody was saying, who did I recommend? I recommended a vest to a client. She said by the time she finishes, vests will go out.
Oh, I wear vests all the time.
I don't agree with that statement. Right. No. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think
I love vests.
I feel like a vest is always in style.
You know me with a vest. I have fleece vests that I wear all the time. I love a vest because you know what? It keeps you warm, but it's not too bulky.
It's funny. So I'm doing this test knit, right? And the whole sweater is the sleeves.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean,
right.
So one of
that
the
would look lovely with a vest over it.
Goodness,
you've got to get a vest for that, Diana.
Yeah,
that would look lovely because your sleeves
one
would be
of
out.
the test knit, nice. Bridget, she's so cute.
That's
It's like she bought the vest to wear with the sweater.
Did she? Oh yeah, well,
brilliant.
Of course, especially with all that work that you guys put into it.
Brenda's agreeing vests are timeless. Thank you, Brenda. I agree. Whether it's a slip over, whether it's a one that you just throw over with a button band.
Yeah, I agree with
They're
that.
very popular.
They are.
I love
vests
them.
Are timeless. I love
it.
Vests.
Almost reminds, I mean, it's even like, just be careful with the wire. It even reminds me when I do, I don't know about you guys, but like the cropped sweaters. It's not quite a vest, but it's something that I'll wear over a long sleeve something.
Right. Exactly.
It's a layering piece.
Yeah,
I think they're fabulous.
Piece, which is so popular nowadays too.
Yeah. So
there you go.
Not that I want to, I just wanted to get people's opinions. So thank you for agreeing.
Yeah.
So far, everyone is saying that. Well, everyone.
Saying?
No, they're saying that they're useful in all situations. They're timeless.
And you could also make a vest. It doesn't have to be like the one we just showed you. Obviously, is a very chunky vest. I mean, you don't have to make one that's that thick.
No, it could be lightweight.
Sure.
Petite Knit has fabulous.
She's got tons of vests.
Yes,
she's got. And she calls them pullovers.
Pullovers, right?
Or does she call them a pullover?
Slipovers.
A slipover, she calls it. I love the terrazzo.
Oh, we have so many to share with you.
So many yeah, exactly. Let's not spoil it.
Stay tuned. Okay.
We'll see what, I've been knitting the terrazzo for about how many months now, Diana?
You're so funny.
It's true.
Next up, Pam was gracious enough. We had some requests for this one. Pam was gracious enough. This is timeless. Yes, another one.
Another one.
The Shift Cowl. Absolutely stunning. It's by Andrea Mowry. This came out a few years ago.
And the shift is something that you can have like multiple of.
I think I agree.
Right?
Although I've yet to make one. This might be my year. So this is the shift. It's designed by Andrea Mowry. It uses 3 skeins of dyed-in-the-wool. This original colorway was first featured in Edinburgh for one of the yarn festivals.
Yep.
Pam has
the first
the original
one that you
kit.
went to, yeah.
Yeah. She was one of the first. The newbies.
Every year I say I'm going to make another one. This is one you could make for the girls.
Yeah, but it's color. They're so.
Well, you'd have to do neutral. You'd have to do neutral.
Sophie likes black, and
well,
black.
You could do verses. You could do the verses with
I would do
Stay
black,
Ready.
Yes, I would do like the shades
like
of gray.
that. Right.
For Sophie, I can do that.
Right.
For sure. I was thinking of doing something Michigan-esque for her, but I don't know.
I wouldn't do that.
No, not for this.
Because she's not going to be in Michigan for please.
Right. Well, that's true.
Anyway, we put some new kits together because we had like almost nothing left. And it's a great,
you guys like these kits.
Yeah.
And you requested some more. Knit. So here they are. Nostalgia, Wallflower, and Overpasses. happens to be beautiful.
Isn't that a pretty one? Maybe Laura should do that one. One of our customers, when she saw us talk about it the other day, one of the first kits she bought for us was for the shift. And so it gave her the drive to pick it up and knit it. And she sent us a message yesterday. And she said, I've been knitting it all weekend. And the fun thing about this is it's, again, mosaic knitting, but because the colors are always changing. Not only do you have 3 colors, but within each color they change. So it's such a fun knit.
This is pretty too. This is Salty Dog, the Family Jewels, and Komodo.
How pretty is that?
Beautiful. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty.
These are going to play nicely together.
We had a customer who bought 2 kits yesterday, and her message was that she loves the shift, and her friends are requesting them for Christmas. So she's making Christmas gifts.
Isn't she a good friend? How do I get on her list? I want to be
on her list, exactly. Now, this kit came together. All the other kits were made, and I just saw these skeins hanging out, and I said, oh, my goodness, I don't know if you can see it, but if you look at this, pick your poison. Look at the yellow in that matches perfectly with the Salty Dog. And then you put the Natasja in there.
Gorgeous.
I said, this has to be a kit.
That's beautiful.
Is that gorgeous?
Yeah.
Maybe Laura wants to do that one. I don't know.
Laura's having a private session here. Stunning. So what happens is you're using 2 colors at a time. And if I'm not mistaken, all 3 are playing together when you're doing the shift.
What do you mean playing together?
Meaning you stripe these.
Yeah, like you're mixing A and B.
A and B,
then
B and C,
or
A and C.
A and C,
right.
And it keeps changing throughout the whole thing.
Keeps shifting.
Keeps shifting. Exactly.
Not that we're giving anything away.
This is another pretty one that I also suggested to you, Laura, if you're watching this. She probably isn't because she's busy this afternoon. The Castle, Nostalgia, and Pick Your Poison. Look at that one. Now, when I did mine, this reminds me of mine because when Dinah came back with the yarn, it was shades of green. And one of the darker ones, I don't know what they called it, if it was called Lathe,
the Castle,
and Meadows, the Meadows. And as you know, with Spun Right Round, the colors, many times Spin Cycle, excuse me, they don't look the same from time to time.
Correct.
Similar, but not exactly the same. So my darkest color was the green. The Lathe was a green. It almost looked like a monochromatic green.
Correct.
And then there was a lighter shade of greens and then a lighter shade of greens. And they played together beautifully.
Amazing.
So that's what this kind of reminds me of. And this was a colorway that I did suggest to Laura. I started with my darker color as A, and then I did B. So it was A, B, C. So whether she says C and A, B and C, A and B, whatever it was, you stick with it. And that's the way mine was colored out, and it looked beautiful.
Lovely. Meryl is asking, should she stick with her Friday slipover? 110%.
Oh, it's
Meryl.
A great vest. Yes.
Absolutely.
Great vest. Here you go, Dina.
This one here.
This is autumnal.
End of summer. Stay Out of the Forest. And Narcissus.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Right. And the first color that you begin with, like when I began with the dark green, you're starting in the back corner, of back here, what's going to be back there. But when you come down to the point, that color, whatever it was, say your A, is going to be visible in your slip stitching across the bottom of it, which is lovely.
So the widest part technically is the part that comes showcased at the part.
That's the end of it. Yeah, right. So that's why, this is another way, which is also very pretty. This is a new color. That's a great color called Wololo with Castaway and Wallflower. Look how great that is. Those go together. That's pretty.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. What else do we have?
Is this okay?
Yeah, that's it.
This one here is Stay Ready.
I don't know if that goes in there.
Oh, yeah, really?
I think it does.
Rusted Rainbow. And this is Burning Sensation. I like this one. Ooh, this one's gorgeous.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah. Very tonal.
This is a very pretty one. This, believe it or not, is Rusted Rainbow. Doesn't look like it, but it is.
I know. So this is what we were talking about earlier. These are both the same color.
Rusted Rainbow.
And this actually could come in the delivery in one bag together. So
Right.
it's just about the way it's spun and the way
Right.
it's.
So sometimes when
Batch.
we see that happen and we see what a customer is doing, sometimes we'll call them.
Oh yeah, we won't assume.
And we'll say, well, listen, I have this one and that one. What are you making? Which goes better with it,
Right. Which do you prefer?
Correct. This is another new color called Close Call. And this is Burning Sensation. So there you go. Isn't that pretty? That's another
lovely.
pretty one. And the last one, go ahead, Dina, you do.
This one here is beautiful. This one is Verba Volant, which is a very soft pastel. This one is Close Call. And I think like the running theme with all of these, it has yellow. And this is Deep Bump. So that's very pretty. Love. A lot softer, but super pretty.
Mm-hmm.
We have a question. Oh, it's Lorian. Hi, Lorian. Are you seeing vests? Is that a new thing? Thea Colman just dropped a new vest also.
Did she? I'm going to look it up.
Thea, Lorian, do you mean the Stillhouse vest? Because yes, we did cover that one. I don't know if she
The Stillhouse is not a new.
An older
it's
one,
not
actually.
a new pattern, though. It's not a new pattern.
Apparently, we are seeing a lot of vests. I highly recommend it. That's the one we covered, and this isn't the new one. So Pam is going to look it up. We are seeing lots of them. Do you like knitting vests?
Well, there are no arms.
Right, no sleeve island.
You're not
she
going
has
to
a
get
new one
stuff.
for Rhinebeck.
Oh, she does. Let's look it up.
We're going to look it up right now.
She's from Boston.
Hot off the press.
So Ravelry. Let's see what she has.
Thea Colman.
What's it called?
Baby Cocktails is her. I think the name of her company, if I'm not mistaken. Do you know the name of it, Lorian?
This maybe is it Ghost in the Orchard?
Does that sound familiar?
That's a nice hat.
Ghost in the Orchard. I think it was this one. Did she come
this
up?
one?
Oh,
that's a Spumante tea. No, that's a tea.
No.
Is it French? No, that's a tea. That's a tea. I bet you
she said, yeah, that's it.
It's the Ghost in the Orchard?
Mm-hmm.
Cables.
Lots of cables.
Lots of cables.
Beautiful, though.
Let's show it to you guys.
We're going to show it to you right now. It's beautiful.
But before I show it to you, hold on. Let's just look at what yarn she's using. It's Aran weight, and it's knit on an 8 needle. She's using a Cormo yarn that I haven't heard of before.
Aran weight. So you could probably use Gros for that.
You could use Gros
yes, that
for
would be lovely.
Look at that.
Very rustic. That's beautiful.
It's a V. Now this is a V vest, right?
Right.
With a beautiful.
It's interesting because
under
the cables. Typically, you'll see cables down the center front, and here you actually have it.
That's your style, Dina.
Over on the side. It's blowing out a little bit.
Gonna go forward. There it is. That's the long white shirt underneath it.
Yes, that's my uniform.
And again, if the length that she has is, well, you have to be careful because I guess it's a cable repeat. You just have to do another cable repeat.
That's
right?
stunning, Lorian. That's beautiful.
Beautiful cables.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Beautiful. And it doesn't look like it's like look at the side. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, I like I'm going to call it a void, but it's the inverse. Usually the raised cable is in the center front. I like that she did the inverse here. In the center front, she went with the negative space.
Right.
And she went
what's
with
under the arm she put in.
That.
That's nice. I do like that. You're right.
Very special.
Very nice. Very nice piece. Oh, that's another one on our list.
Thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda saying she loves us and our store. Planning a trip to New York in 2022. Speaking of planning a trip.
Speaking of, I have to do a shout out, and I wanted to get your name, and I did not get it before the podcast, but there was a lovely woman who left a message on her phone. Unfortunately, she was here on Saturday from Delaware.
Sorry.
We were not open, so we do apologize for that. We have not been open on Saturdays.
Right.
The shop hours, we were talking to some customers today about that, the shop hours being cut back. It's just impossible to do everything. As you can see from what we're talking about here, there's finishing that we get, right? There's locking, there's people that come in the door.
That's behind the scenes.
Right.
But we are a brick and mortar shop.
Right.
And we're also an online shop.
Right.
So we're basically running, it's almost two stores or 3 businesses between finishing, the online, the brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So I apologize. The hours are adjusted on the website. I'm not quite sure.
They were. Yeah, I had 2 people tell me yesterday, but the hours, it seemed to me like they said the website or online. I don't know what that means online, where they were looking online, but that the hours.
They're posted at the bottom of the website, but when I did a Google search and I searched the knitting place, the hours did come up with the old hours.
Oh, they did.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can't change that.
They're changed on my website as I know how to edit the website. So there is, I don't know if it's because when I first opened the website, how Google holds on to it. Please call the shop. Our store hours are posted on our messages. I apologize. We would have loved to have seen you. You can always call.
That's what she said. She said she'll have to, of course, she'll go
FaceTime.
online, but I guess she happened to be in
I'll
town.
be so happy to FaceTime you. If there's a day that I'm closed and you and your friends are planning a trip, if I'm available, I will open up and meet you here.
Exactly.
So we are super flexible.
So you know what that means? Road trip from Delaware to Long Island.
Whether it's virtual or not.
I shouldn't say that. I know when I drove my daughter to Maryland, I went through Delaware.
Yeah.
You got to go down the Jersey Turnpike. So yeah, once you're dealing with that.
So I'm sorry, whoever it was that came. I'm very grateful, and I want to make it up to you.
I felt so bad when I heard that, but in any event, so there you go. That's what we do.
Yeah. Yes, it is my signature. So thank you, Lorian. Yes, it's the moss stitch, Cindy. That is the negative space on the cabled sweater. Yes. It's like a moss stitch. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And what else do we have? Currently working on the Trin vest, designed by Blacker Yarns.
Trin. I'll look that one
She
up.
likes it. We're going to look it up right now. Thank you, Maria.
I'm always wanting to look up new patterns.
So go
TRIN? Is
yes,
it TRIN?
Looks like it's TRYN or M. I'm not sure.
Or Y.
It's by Blacker Yarns. Gold, cream, blue mohair kit when you do them. Ooh, thank you for the inspiration, Valerie.
What did she say?
She wants gold, cream, and blue mohair. We're writing that one down.
On the
for the
Melanie Berg one?
Mm-hmm. We got you.
TRYM, you think it is? But there it is.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, that's nice. It's a little longer in the back than in the front.
Mm-hmm. We'll show a picture.
It looks like it's a DK.
It's a free download, you guys. That's
nice.
Let me
make it bigger.
Thank you, Maria.
Here you go.
How far are you along on the trim vest?
Here it is.
I like that trim, TRYM.
It's got a split hem at the bottom, and the back looks like it's a little longer than the front. It's a V-neck, and it's got the stitch on the bottom. It looks like that's the stitch in the back too, like that mistake stitch, not the mistake stitch. You know the one I'm talking about, the fake. You see that there?
Very pretty.
I don't know if it's just on the sides. Okay, there's no back picture.
It's more fitted, so you'll see the vests are come in all shapes and sizes.
Here it is. No, it's on the.
Oh, pretty.
It's on the bottom.
That picture. It goes down the side. This is a pretty detail.
No, and this is a more fitted vest. So again, there's a vest for everyone. If you don't want it to be too short or
super pretty,
too loose. Correct. Thank you.
Very nice. Rhonda saying she's binding off an Ambah O'Brien pattern while watching. That was brave. Hopefully you didn't drop any stitches and you didn't pull too tightly.
I'm jealous because she means you're knitting and I'm not.
I'm jealous because it means you finish something and you can cast on something new.
Or 2 new things, maybe, depending on, how you do that.
Too funny.
But anyway, thank you for sharing. Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to mention? I know Dina can see that.
Separating for sleeves made it a little bit longer. Little ease, not so fitted. Okay.
Oh, on the trim?
Yeah.
The trim.
Right. So, you do you. That's what's wonderful.
Yep.
Look at the pattern. Okay, let's ask some questions.
Where's the question?
Well,
you see, Dina and I are more relaxed today because she doesn't have to go home and Zoom.
A lot more relaxed.
On Mondays, it's...
Oh, my goodness, we're on for an hour and a half.
It's a long time.
Wow, sorry,
That's a long time. It is a long time.
Okay, quick.
What?
I just wanted to ask some Rhinebeck questions.
Okay.
I don't know if this is inappropriate. I'm not going to ask how much, but do you have a Rhinebeck budget?
Oh, yeah. Well,
do you have a Rhinebeck budget? And if you don't, wait, if you're not going to Rhinebeck, do you have a budget that you would?
Can I say something though? There's no virtual part of Rhinebeck, is there?
That I was just going to ask. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Is there a virtual Rhinebeck?
I thought I heard about that, so I don't know. But the Cakewool event on Friday is virtual.
Yes, I think they're joining forces with Knit and Escape with Christy Glass Knits, and it seems like
it's also India Entangled.
That's a good place to
be.
But
India Entangled is not virtual. I think you have to be there for India Entangled.
Not sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, does anybody want to go to India Entangled and you don't have a ticket?
All the workshops are virtual.
Ah, that's what it is.
All the workshops are virtual.
I have an India Entangled ticket.
Do you really?
And I would like to gift it to somebody.
How are you going to get it to them?
Can I email it?
I don't know. Is your ticket an email ticket? Did you receive it via email? Then you can email it to them.
Yes. I have an email ticket.
One? What is there a time?
I bought one for you too.
Is there a time window?
Yes.
There is a time window.
I will tell you when it is.
Because they mostly have time windows. Oh, how nice. Someone can get it.
If you're interested, please email me. And
at the knitting place at Gmail?
The knitting place at gmail.com.
How are you going to pick?
I will do a number generator.
Oh.
If I get a lot of requests, I will do that by tomorrow night.
You should, because they have to know
if they want
to go. Wait, no. What you should do, you should have them comment in YouTube, not send you an email.
Oh, that's
crazy.
Better.
That's crazy. Right. Comment below and say whether or not you'd like to go to.
If you want the India Entangled
ticket. Is it one ticket?
I'm going to look that up. I'm trying. I don't know where. Did you get one? Did we put it under your name?
I didn't think I had one. Who would it be from?
India Entangled.
I'll look and see. But you know me, I never check emails, so it could be. I will just search India Entangled and see.
And there's a reminder you need to fill out your vaccine
India
form.
Entangled. Yep, we're so excited to welcome you. Is there a ticket attached?
I don't know where the ticket is now.
Here's how you can enter to win. But hold on, there's got to be an attachment somewhere. View this. No. Your ticket to Indy.
Here it is.
This is a long email. Well, I'm trying to find it. It says, this email is for the in-person event only. You will be receiving a second email specifically about accessing the online event later this week.
It's from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Oh, that's a good time. So you could send them this thing.
If someone knows how to block, please do so.
What?
Yes, there is a problem, child. We can just ignore. Or if someone knows how to block them.
When you arrive, look for a building with a Voltaire sign on the roof. This is where check-in is taking place. During check-in, an India Entangled staffer will scan your ticket and give you a wristband in a color that coordinates with your shopping time. If you get lost or have questions, look for India Entangled staffers in black T-shirts and volunteers in purple T-shirts.
So you have one as well, right? Because we're not going to be going.
Well, it makes it sound to me like this email is the entrance, but then it says it's going to scan. What's it going to scan? You should receive an email from us with your tickets on September 17th, October 8th, or later.
Yeah.
Maybe I have another one from them. Hold on, let me go back.
I'm going to contact India Entangled. I believe we have 2 tickets. It would be from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. And like we said, if you're interested in those tickets, we're going to be gifting them. Please leave a comment below. And if we get too many requests, we'll just do a number generator. And
I should also say they sent out an email saying that you are, because you have not, well, I guess you're going to notify them whether you've had a vaccine or not.
Yes, there's a vaccination form that you need to fill out.
Please take a moment to fill it out. And that's attached here, but it says they're requiring you to wear a mask whenever you're in the marketplace, in line, in the bathrooms, registering, regardless of your vaccination status. I don't think, though, that, well, whatever. I got the impression that it says if you test positive, testing is not required before the event, but we highly recommend that everyone test 2 to 3 days before the status. Well, no. Okay, it doesn't say that. Okay.
We'll get in touch and let you know. Thank you, Zujay, for blocking.
Who's blocking?
I hope you. I
Oh,
hope
they
I
blocked
pronounced,
someone.
Yes, there was a troll. I hope I pronounced your name correctly.
Mm.
I'm driving from Northern Virginia straight to Cakepalooza, then
Oh,
Indie
nice,
Untangled.
nice.
Wow, good for you, Joyce. That's so exciting. We can't wait to hear about everyone's purchases and how lovely it's going to be. We're super excited to hear all the details. Unfortunately, Pam and I are only going to go up for the day, weather permitting.
7th floor yawns is going to be there.
So hopefully, if we're there, we'll get to see you. We'll try to head up to the Podcaster Hill.
I guess the hill.
The hill, as they say. Can you use the new Coral Woolfolk far for the Mallow Cowl?
Yes.
Yes, Debbie, you can.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That would be lovely.
It would be
lovely.
Divine.
Is that Deborah for
Debbie.
Debbie asking?
Yes, Debbie.
Yes.
That would be stunning.
Yes. So you would just need more than 2 skeins for that because it's 140 yards. And you use 2 at 250, right?
Correct.
So you probably need like
Is it
3 or well, you'd have to look 3 or 4 depending on. I don't know what it actually called for.
We look forward to that, Joyce.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you guys.
So you have to tell us all about, as a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to look at the weather
Thursday
in
night.
Rhinebeck. That's what I'm looking
There's so many events. There's the music festival, I think. The gals are going on Thursday. There's indie.
A music event?
I think they're doing music outdoors. I'm not sure. Ruthie was telling me.
I guess if you have a bottle of wine. Right?
Yeah.
The weather's beautiful this week, so
hopefully Saturday will hold true. Ooh. Is it rain?
60%
oh my God, it's going
now.
up.
It's going up.
We're not going if
I'm
it's
not
over
going
50.
if it's raining.
Right?
No.
Over 50, we're not going.
You don't want to go if it's raining.
No. So
Sunday's beautiful.
Maybe I'll go Sunday.
Friday's cloudy.
All right, we'll figure it out. We'll let you know.
Well, the Podcaster Hill is not on.
Oh, it's only on Saturday.
It's only on Saturday.
Yeah. All right.
Yet to be determined. Yes. Yet to be determined. We don't know if we're going.
You can always find us here on Monday.
Exactly.
It'll be the ode to Rhinebeck.
You can tell us what's up at Rhinebeck.
Exactly.
All
right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you for bearing with us for these hour and 40 minutes, right? Is that what it is?
Yes. We appreciate your company.
I need a cookie, Dina.
Yeah, we need a sweet now.
Need a sweet.
Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.
Have a good week. Enjoy Rhinebeck if you go.
Thank you. Bye.